Hi, I'm your Uncle Dave, and welcome to Schmutz for Dinner, a channel where shitty editing, worse cinematography, even worse sound, and really half-assed planning all come together to create a unique experience that can only be found on most of YouTube. Hello, and welcome to what is basically the fine art of putting shit in a pot. And maybe ending up with something edible, ... question mark. You'll notice there's lots of noise in the background. And there's going to be more. Because, one, gotta run the fan while I'm cooking stuff. And two, it's 100 fucking degrees outside. I'm not turning off the air. So yes, this theoretically will turn into a jambalaya, which, spicy sausage, or whatever, yeah, that stuff. All chopped up ahead of time, celery, yes. 2 cups-ish of celery, 2 cups-ish of green pepper. Wow. I'm really winning it. Yes, in continuing. This 4-ish cups of onion. Notice, ish with everything. We're cooking shit. We're not baking shit. Baking is inexact science. Cooking, you can laser eyeball stuff. It's fine. And the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of garlic. The beauty of cooking is you have creative license to say, haha, that's fucking stupid. And then you use basically a whole head of garlic. Because garlic. Chopped tomatoes, chopped green onion, the meat of 1 chicken, or slightly less because I'm going to save it for another dish later, and 4 cups of rice. This one I do measure pretty closely, and yes, I did rinse the rice. What kind of a bakwa you think I am? Yes, of course I rinsed the rice. Okay. And yes, welcome to the stove as well. Big pot, because we're gonna need, well, a big pot. Smaller pot, not that we're gonna be cooking anything, but I need a container that's just not gonna melt. Yeah. Cast iron lives on the stove because it lives on the stove because it needs to be ready at all times for me to have a grilled cheese. And then the Cajun spices, kosher salt, the pepper mill, which is empty, so it's here for decoration, because I ran out when I was making this. And anybody that claims they cook with love and yet does not have this on their stove is lying. And what is this majestical concoction, you asked? Well, I figure it's mostly pork. Maybe some carcinogenic curing agents and whatnot, because that's what cooked out of the bacon. Surprise, surprise. So we're going to start with about... that much. If you do nothing else, know thy stove. You must know thy stove. I know that this is my equivalent of medium-high-ish heat, but get to know your stove. And we got to get that good and hot. Not the temperature of the sun hot, but good and hot so it clears up and it's ready to sizzle some things. Essentially, don't get it so hot that you peel the nonstick. If I had my choice, I would probably be doing this in a stainless pot, just so I don't have to worry about shit like that. And it's not everybody in the pool, but close enough. By the way, while that gets to doing a sizzly thing, worth noting, all of this is called mise en place, I think, which I'm pretty sure is French for put shit in the bowls. It makes your life so much easier once you're actually cooking stuff. That way, you know, it doesn't have to look like a goddamn cooking show. It just has to be, you know, you don't want to be dicking around with trying to get this chopped in time for this part to be done, so you can get to this part and then get to whatnot. Yeah, just do it ahead of time. Save yourself the fucking headache. As dearly as I would love to squeeze more BTUs out of this whole bird, so that you know, we could get this stuff browned up better. Yeah, put a little crisp on it. You know, you work with what you have, and it's not gonna suck, I think. All right, the chicken has now been in and out, and is resting in the thing that will not melt. Now, somebody's gonna look at this pile of grease and say, "Oh my God, that's so greasy. That's nasty. What the hell?" And I hear you. I just don't care. So, this, in particular, is time for the sauté. Part of the Trinity. And everybody in the pool. Yeah. That's not necessarily that this has to go first, or this particular one has to go first. But, you know, it was closer. Also, I like to have something in there so as to not give the garlic a chance to burn if it hits stuff that's too hot. Get the fuck out of there. Come on. Shit. What was that? Pop. I don't know. Alright. Yeah. That's problematic. And through the magic of editing, it just stirred itself. It's magic, right? Yeah. Return to high heat and saute in quotation marks. We just got to turn the stuff clear. While I eagerly await the completion or saute or whatever the heck of the veggies and the things, of note, this was not the way that I had planned to do things. I had planned to be a little bit more engaging and, you know, show about chopping the stuff and the so on and the so forth, so as to convey a particular understanding. You know, ultimately, I want to get these kinds of things to where it's not intimidating to cook. You know, the people that say, "Oh yeah, I suck at cooking." Well, let me ask you: can you burn food? Have you burned food before? Yes. I know the answer is yes. You have. But yeah, essentially, cooking is just burning food gracefully. So you're halfway there. I know that I had more to say. I just can't remember what the fuck it was. In keeping with the theme of laser eyeball, veggies should look about like that. Alright, engaging everybody in the pool protocol. So, everybody now is mixed all back up. And then 5 cups of stock. Yes, I know it's 4, but I got one more. This would be so much easier if I had a GoPro. And then I would also have a second hand free to stab the side of this box so that it just all empties out at once. But no! Nope. Don't have one of those. Are you happy now, Blabs? Unfortunately, the time has come where I have to be halfway precise about what I do. And this looks close enough to a full rolling boil that I can now add the rice, as per the destruction manual it says add the rice, return to a boil, give it another stir, cover it up, and then shut it off. And then wait for 10 minutes. And then stir it again, at which time we're going to add some more stuff. And then go for a total of 25 minutes. I've thought ahead. Nope. Also, I am realizing, yes, this is really fucking close to the camera. But, I'm not short. My stove is tall. I swear. Oh, fucking moving again. Alright. Return to a full rolling boil, and yeah, I'm serious. My stove is tall. This thing's fucking heavy, so I made wheels for it. And now, we wait. Timers engaged. Thing sitting. The next element to go in is gonna be the fresh stuff. This, in particular, is not meant to really be cooked. It's meant to be like that fresh note that, you know, this is this big, heavy, hot pot of stuff. And sure, this is going to end up hot, but this is not really going to get cooked, per se. There's good fucking tomato as well. Like, a lot of people go for the beefsteak stuff. No. Romas. Hell, that's what tomato sauce is made of, and granted, it's because it's a good ratio of meat to juice and whatever not. But just slice up a Roma, put a little kosher salt on it. It's fucking delicious. If I am to be completely honest, that looks pretty fucking dry for having hit just the 10-minute mark. Alright. We're past the point of no return. Also, too stiff for something. Too stiff for plastic. Switching to wood. Do you notice something missing here? Yep, me too. I'm supposed to add this when I added the friggin' stock. Well, I ended up with dinner for the next, I don't know, week. So it's not a complete disaster. But on the day that I do go back and watch this video on all of the stuff that I did go do wrong, yes, future Dave, it is just as cringy as you think it is. I know, that makes you feel so much better. But yeah. Time to eat. Doesn't look completely like shit. Alright. Lens fog. Alright. Don't worry. I'll probably do more of these, not that anybody really wants to see them, but, yeah. Good night, you manky bastards, and I hate you all.